Hey folks, and welcome back to another edition of my ongoing Hawken series. Uh, Today's probably going to be no different than any other day. We're going to go through, play a couple of matches, see what we can do, and don't think that we're going to be able to get too much in the way of new gear or anything today. But it's an ongoing search to try to get to that next area. Now, I do hope that perhaps I can actually get one more level on the assault mech while we're in today. So that'll probably take 3 or 4 matches. I may not quite get there, but if I am really close, I'll probably just push it over, add one more match, and see if we can't get that done and taken care of. You know what? Any mode sounds good to me, so we're just gonna go right in and go for it. So there have been a couple of updates since the last time you guys saw me, and one of those was I was actually able to get a hold of Titanfall. Really like that game. Really like this game. Mechs seem to kind of be my thing at this point. So I'm actually, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to attempt to try to get a consistent thing going with both games and try to get some consistent gameplay footage and see what I can do for you guys. All right, so looks like this is going to be a siege. Our group actually seems to be doing a little bit better than than the other teams, so let's see if I can get in here and help, and hopefully not cause too much trouble in the process. Again, we are starting out with the assault. Should still have the Vulcan cannon outfitted, but we'll see about that here in a moment. Yep, it is definitely the Vulcan cannon. And it looks like we are controlling the AA, or we just finished controlling the AA and we need to go collect the EU. So that's actually going to be my first goal, is see what I can do here, to kind of help my team out, since I do have a little bit more mobility than some of the other heavy. Never mind, I am going back to and sitting on the AA and see if we can't hold that. Sorry, I didn't notice that. I actually thought that we had our a little bit more than that to actually launch our battleship. So we're going to see what we can do here. Obviously, staying up here may not be in my best interest long term. Kind of give myself a good vantage point. But that said, where do we go? I know there's somebody here. There he is. Now you can see on the lower map, it does show you the blocks are the blocks are guys that are a little bit further away, and the circles are obviously guys that are a little bit closer in. Where is he? And we are actually going to get a little bit out of the way, see if we can't get ourselves repaired some real quick here. Kind of puts us in a bad spot, but we really didn't have much of a choice in the matter. Really kind of need to be repaired before we can, 30 health isn't going to get us anywhere. He is still out here. And he is pretty damn good, so he could wind up causing some trouble for us. Long run, and we're about half health. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to take this for too long. I do want to try to get some repairs in here real quick. See what I can do about ooh, that's not good. Was that ours or theirs? Might have been one of theirs. Alright. Would be nice to have a little bit longer range thing going on here. No. Here we go. So that was definitely good for us, keeping them on the run, keeping them defensive instead of on the offense is definitely a good thing. Ooh, eliminate by base defenses. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Anyway, alright, well, first death isn't too bad. You know what? I'm actually going to switch up to the SMG for this, simply because it does seem like the last match was a little bit more of a long-distance run, and we're going to try to keep ourselves going with that. We do want to keep the AA secure, obviously keep our battleship up as long as we can. They're probably going to try to take it out in the long run, but that's gonna wind up being something that that's gonna wind up being something that they're gonna have kind of be fighting an uphill battle with if they take that out all on their own. And I do want to see if I can't get this guy down. Ooh, nice. That wasn't who I was really aiming for with that, but that definitely wound up hurting. That was very, very good for us. We wound up taking 2 of them down, and keeps our battleship in the air, keeps them from killing it as much as we possibly can. And like I said, I wanted to try to keep them on the defensive as much as I can, just to kind of keep them back and away from the AA. The further away from the AA we can keep them, the longer we can keep our battleship in the air. We may have to do another one eventually, but obviously it's something that we want to try to do, is just to keep ourselves going as long as possible. Let's see if I can't kill this guy, or at least piss him off. All right, so yeah, it does look like we're gonna have to go get a little bit more EU going here. Does look like they had left some, so I can pick up a couple of quick fills. Not a whole lot, but it is something. Now again, I'm not actually so much worried about taking them out right now. Obviously, we just want to get our battleship going and get them finish this off pretty much at this point. So wasn't really worried about trying to hunt down and take somebody out, or risk dying while I have the chance to help us a little bit more efficiently. And that's kind of what my plan is here, is to get a little bit more efficient at this and get better at picking when to fight and woo, that wasn't on purpose. When to fight and when to hold. I mean, obviously now I'm gonna want to go deliver my energy, because that's the next thing on the task list. We did get a kill there. I think I may or may not have actually gotten the assist on that, but that's okay. Fuel boost. I wind up using all my fuel really quickly almost every time around, and that is somewhat unfortunate, but it's at the same time it is what it is. At least I am not walking around as slowly as I possibly can. So, there is that. Alright, so let's see what we can get here. 270. I'm not so sure. Okay, we've got 2 of our guys coming this way with 200 EU. Yeah, we know. And at this point, I think I'm gonna go try to take hold of mid. That way we can kind of get our AA going right away. This really was a match where I just kind of dropped into the middle of our team kind of wrecking the other team. I don't even know that they really would have needed me around. And I know what it's like to be on the other side of that. I've been there, done that. But generally speaking, Obviously, a team that's a little bit more organized and one that doesn't just stand there like that. That was just awful. All right. Yeah, their battleship isn't gonna last real long at this rate. See if we can't help him out a little. Alright, you know what? Fine, be that way. Really? I didn't think I was that low. Only took a couple of shots. Wow, that's kind of horrible. Alright, so yeah, back to the D gun, the Vulcan gun. Yeah, the D gun, Vulcan D. There we go. Not that it really makes that much of a difference. Alright, so again, we're just kind of trying to keep the AA going. Let me see if I can't get this guy wrecked. Aw, come on. Are they just sitting there? That's kind of bad for them. Piss them off. The more they shoot at me and the less they shoot at our battleship, the better. I mean, at this point, it's kind of a foregone conclusion, but, you know, that was kind of fun. I thought it was pretty funny that it took them till they were almost dead before they realized a mech was shooting at them. Had I had a little bit more first strike capabilities, I might have been able to take them out. Oh, wow. So, I'm not sure, but these guys may have been... I may have been dropped into a pre-made. Doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one. Well, as fun as that was, I do think that that was a little bit, I don't know, shall we say unfair? We'll kind of get into, we'll see if we can't get into something else and see what we can do. So, yeah, it does. I did get some Mac EXP, probably not as much as I really wanted. Any mode, we'll see what we can do here. Probably will take me a little bit longer than I was really thinking to kind of get that level up, and so we may not be able to do that this round. Although that one was actually kind of short for a siege, obviously because it was so one-sided, it didn't take us as long as it normally would have. And sometimes I've seen sieges go for pretty long. I think you guys have seen some of the recordings of some of the sieges that take 30, 40 minutes, some of them. So. All right, so it looks like again we are in Siege, different map, same concept. Definitely something that where we want to do as much damage to them as possible. And let me see. Yeah, there is still somebody here. Although I think he just died. I think he just died. This may be a little bit more even, shall we say. A little bit less one-sided. We'll see how this one goes. Obviously, we don't want to die. Whoops. Alright, so we were able to get that. Still, there's one more. I'm not sure that... I'm not sure that he went down before I... Let's see. Okay, so he is still here. Alright, he's gone. Yes, I do! It costs 700 energy units. Oh. Not that. Whoa! Not quite what we wanted to do. Oh, man! Still, he was almost gone. I'm hoping that he's gone by the time I get back in there, obviously. If we don't take care of him, that could be a serious issue. Still, Team AA... We're holding on to the AA here, which, you know, is really long-term priority for our survival. You can do some damage to the other guys, but if you can't cap and hold the AA on a consistent basis, you're not going anywhere with this mission. There we go. And this could be really bad. Oh, shit. Yeah, I kind of figured something like that was going to happen. That was just... There's no way that wasn't going to happen. I saw how much health I had left, and that was just really, really bad, but yeah. Alright. Alright, so that means we are staying at the AA. That doesn't sound good. Where is he? He should be within my line of sight. He's not on the same level as me. I think that's what's going on. I think they're underneath. Whoa! Not quite what I wanted. Obviously staying with my guys and keeping the AA and under control is my main priority at this point. Kind of, you know, same deal, different match. Ooh, hello. That was kind of unpleasant. That is good for us and bad for them. Obviously, the unfortunate side of that is, unless we keep EU going, they will have, the opportunity to get their battleship launched before we will. So I'm not certain if you can even load it up until your battleship is gone. So obviously they have less starting, and because theirs is gone, they can get a pretty good head start on us. That's one of the ways to take advantage of a winning team. Come on. Now we got you. We didn't quite? Come on. Yeah, that was just really bad for me. That was dumb. That was a really dumb move, and I know it. I saw it, and yeah, there are times when I still try to go back to my old habits of trying to overextend my advantage and see if I can't just get that one last kill. And yeah, I think it happens to the best of us, and I am definitely not the best of us. And again. So, while we sit here and wait for everybody to come get us, what is your guys' take on all these mech games that have come out pretty recently? I mean, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you just don't give a crap? Yeah, there we go. Is it? I mean, obviously it's something that I'm fond of because I tend to like these games, and I've actually played several of them in the last week or two. This one. There's Titanfall, obviously. There's Mech Warrior. I actually did play around with that a little bit more, and you guys will probably wind up seeing at least some of that. Ooh, not quite. But yeah, I gave it another shot. The first time around, I think I didn't give it a fair play, so I gave it another shot. It's definitely not this. It's a little bit slower, but it's not a bad game, and I think with some time I could grow to like it. That said, it does have its weak points, especially when it comes to the real money, and I'll get into that a little bit more. I'll get into that a little bit more later, or more likely on another. Ooh, hello. Where you at? Come here. There we go. I got one of them down anyway. Probably not going to get the other. Yeah. That guy likes to kill me. I did get the first guy down though, so that's going to make IntelliBots just that much more difficult. And if I can harass them and kind of keep the AA at least a little clear, that would be optimal. Haha. Not so hot now, are you? Wait, unless you're overheating, then you're really hot. That's not good for you. Haha. Much better for us though. Let's see. This one should be it for us. Don't want to say it's a foregone conclusion again, but I'm actually surprised at the fact that we've kind of gotten into some short sieges the last couple of matches. Not that I'm complaining about the fact that I'm on a sort of on a winning streak, 2 in a row. That's definitely better than I have done in the past. Haha. Oh, that was painful. And I kind of saw that coming. Was hoping to at least get one of them down, but they had all had the chance to repair, and I wasn't smart enough to take advantage of that myself. That said, it does look like this is going to be really, really rough for them to try to come back from, so I don't think having me down and out of the fight for a few seconds is really going to make that much of a difference. Especially seeing as I'm not the best gamer in the world. That said, let's take advantage of this guy. Aw, come back. I just want to play. Oh, wow. I've never actually gotten a victory on this level before. So, that's good. Alright, anyway, you know what? I think we will. We'll go ahead and do one more. as soon as I get the option to. I do just want to see very quickly what I got out of this as far as progression for my mech. Alright, yeah, so chunks like that, I'll probably wind up taking like 5 or 6 matches to actually get to the next level. So that's okay. We'll let that ride. We'll do one more match, and hopefully we'll get kind of a short match set up for the third round, and we'll see what we can do. If I can get 3 in a row, wow, that would be nice. You know what? Yeah, no, any mode's been good for us today, so we'll just go ahead and do any again today. Anyway, as I was saying, there obviously there's going to be issues with pretty much any game that you play. There's going to be little nagging things that you do and you don't like, but for the most part, for the most part, this one and Titanfall seem to be pretty damn solid games. MechWarrior the gameplay mechanics are okay, although it does look a little bit dated, especially for a newer game. At least in my mind, it does. And the fact that they're asking for $500 for some real game just really seems a little bit much to me. For an in-game model. I realize it's a one-time limited offer thing, and it just smacks of a company that's just a little bit too. Ooh. This is going to be bad for us. This is missile anti-air, whatever. Is this Siege again? Yeah, it is. I was thinking it was one of the missile defense missions, but no, it is Siege again, definitely. Let's see. Oh, man, didn't quite get him. I was hoping I could get that last missile shot off and get him dead. Does look like I'm kind of in the exact opposite position as I was the last couple of rounds. But that's okay. As I said, we've gone 2 wins, 1 loss. That's actually a pretty good ratio. I'm not going to complain about that too much. I do think that this game would benefit from, as I said, some kind of just a guild mode or something like that, where you can, kind of start playing around with the guys that you really like, kind of hanging out with people who you think are good, and or even if, hey, look, we've got a bunch of mediocre guys and we want to get better, let's all play together. Something like that. Obviously, that scenario isn't exactly perfect, but if you all play together on a consistent basis, I do think that you'd be able to learn from each other and get better at it as you go. And that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to do here, is just, that's for the most part what my goal is just to get better at FPSs and games in general. There's certain kinds of games that I actually do pretty well at. MMOs tend to be one of them, but I mean, that takes a certain kind of personality, and it's not really hard once you get the feel for it. Wow, not what I was looking for. Definitely killing that Stomper was a good thing. Let's get this guy out of the way. I think I can take him. Alright, good. Yeah, we got that. So, let's get this AA down, and let's get them... So, actually, at this point, we're just looking for EU. We're not even looking for AA. That said, killing 3 of them does seem to kind of be a good thing for us. I mean, that kind of takes them out of the match for a little bit. Let's see if we can't get enough EU to kind of get ourselves going again. Obviously, it would be a bad thing if we let them get their next battleship launched before we did, which it does look like they're going to be able to do that, so that's not going to be good for us. Ooh, yeah, wrong way, wrong direction. I don't know what I was thinking. I was looking at the map and thinking, hey, look, that's where you pick it up. No, that's where you deliver it. Obviously, we want to help this guy out. I'm pretty sure that my friend is gone already, and the enemy is probably completely repaired. But that said, I should be able to get at least somebody taken care of. There we go. That's going to be good for us. That's not going to be good for me. You know what? I am getting out of here. I got some EU, and I want to get that delivered. I don't want to get myself killed in the process. And getting some back is better than getting none. Let's see what we can do here. I'm only 14 shy max anyway. That's actually not too bad. hopefully some of the rest of us actually got some and got it delivered. The guys we're fighting against do seem like they're pretty damn good at controlling the map, and I think that, yeah, we're not going to be able to win this. There's just no way in hell that's going to happen, but, man, yeah, we're not even going to get our BS up. I almost think that we should just hold off and focus on the AA and get their battleship down as quickly as possible, and then focus on getting our battleship launched right away afterwards. You know, kind of to counter what they've done, but I don't think that that's really going to be viable at this point. It might work better, and that's actually one of the things that I need to start doing is actually turning on in-game chat. I mean, obviously, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage just by sitting here and talking to you guys instead of really doing that much with this. And that was actually kind of good for us and kind of bad for us. We did lose one guy. There we go. That, obviously, repairing myself is priority, but if I see anybody, yeah, there we go. I need to get out of that as quick as possible. We need to get these guys taken care of. Looks like they are all coming from those directions. And, oh, yeah, there we go. And that actually is a loss for us. We weren't able to take care of that quickly enough. Kind of saw that coming. I think I mentioned that a few minutes ago, but hey. Still, we got in, like I said, we got in 3 good rounds, 2 of which were wins for us, so I'm not going to complain too much. Anyway, guys, I am trying to get a little bit better with the commentary and actually keep a running commentary going instead of just kind of getting quiet with it. And that's kind of been at this point that's going to be the next thing that I'm going to focus on the most, is just trying to keep things going and kind of, you know, not get so quiet in the middle of a match. If you know, if that's what you guys want, then that's obviously what I'm going to try to work on. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.